Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Check 43. Hey, alert. Monday. Hey, exit. What do you got?
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. It's caught. Smith. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Blue draw, Corker. Hey, quarter. Check 3. Hey, orbit.
To throw is Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now one in the first quarter. What do they do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 39, Rosen. He's going to launch it for Washington. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hard. No. Bravo. Watch the safety creep.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, high 7. 53's mine. Check.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Okay, alert. Go. 53, Mike. Hey, they're scared. 53's the Mike. 53, check 53.
Throwing on second down, Rosen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Let's get it.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
53 is the Monday. Let's get off the field, D.
On third down, Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a safety the last go-around. That's how we arrived at this 2-0 score. See if they can respond.
Such an oddity, isn't it? See those 2 points go up on the board, knowing that
soccer.
Exactly. And knowing that you did it to give those points up for your team. Now they're just looking to get back out on the field and make up for it.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Spawn. No. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, Red. Screen, watch the screen.
To throw is Stafford. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. 22 yards there, a first down. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Stafford now to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Stafford's pass, incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. And Ingram holds it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Vikings 2.
They'll run here with Mack, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Marlon Mack, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start the drive with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On the ground, it's Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Alert, alert, alert. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
That's the run. Mike, 53.
Hug.
Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Set. 180. Alert. 32.
On 1st down, Stafford here. They complete it to Hill. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as the Bears push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw again on second down. Rosen going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bears take over
We
first
play
and
to
10
win. Let's
at their own
go.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
40 got. 40 got. 59. Hey, let's go.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Monday. Check 3. Alpha. All right.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
All right.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
Ocean.
80.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Here's Rosen. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
Switched on the traffic.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
53 is the mic.
On first down, it's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing again, it's Rosen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this is back to a 5-point game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivation.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Rosen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Hey, Haywood.
44.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Go here.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Like 7.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center filders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The final shot before the break. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford looking middle, and it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now it's Stafford. Trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Hey, quarter. Kill. Hey, Delta.
Mike, 53.
Now Rosen on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Set, waiting. 50.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Vikings 44-yard line.
Set, waiting.
It's our field.
53, ready.
Operating from the gun. Stafford toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in the second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Stafford. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Check 53.
10 yards on the pickup.
55.
It's 2nd and inches.
55.
At the
He's
34-yard
checking.
line.
Crash.
On 2nd and inches, Rosen taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Hey, wahoo!
To throw is Rosen. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Check hot route. Hot.
Play action here with Rosen on the move to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Cut. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Middle. Hey, alert. Hi.
Rosen just getting the snap off and one. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. That one complete to Hill. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
22.
Stafford on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
20. 5.
After the sack on first down, Stafford. That one complete to Elliott. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 46 yards. Elsewhere, they have gone to the third quarter now in Dallas. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. They'll run on first down. Mack. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A give running right is Mack. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Marlon Mack with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As the Bears push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. On play action, Rosen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your...
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
On first down at Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey!
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
10. Hey, exit.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
4 down.
Hey, orbit. What do you got?
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's complete to Diggs. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Rosen now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He's checking Craig.
Hey, foxtrot.
Rosen will throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, alert.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Smooth.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. He's got Smith here. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
36. Slam.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Rosen. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Hill, complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
They'll try and run for this with Matt. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
First down, Bears.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll look to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
40 got.
Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel